Stop. Before you call a single contractor, look at your wood floor right now. That scratch, that gouge, that dull, beaten up section that makes your entire home look worn out and worthless. What if I told you there's a $2 ingredient sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now that removes it permanently, and the flooring industry has known about it for over 100 years and said absolutely nothing? Contractors will quote you $800. Some will say $3,000. Full refinishing jobs in a large home, $10,000 easy. And every single one of them, every single one, knows what I'm about to tell you. They just pray you never find out. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, your floors are going to look like the day they were installed. And you won't spend a single dollar on a professional to do it. Let's be real for a second. You bought your home. You invested in it. You protected it. You put down rugs. You asked people to take their shoes off. You were careful. And somehow, the scratches still showed up. A chair leg dragged wrong. A dog running down the hallway. A piece of furniture shifted 2 inches. And now there it is. That ugly white scratch cutting across your beautiful hardwood like a scar that won't heal. And here's what happens next. You get down on your knees and you look at it. You run your finger across it. And your stomach drops. Because you know what that scratch means if you're trying to sell this house. Buyers walk in, and the first thing their eyes go to, before the kitchen, before the bathrooms, before anything, is the floor. Studies consistently show that damaged flooring is one of the top 3 reasons buyers lower their offers. We're talking $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 slashed off your asking price because of scratches that could have been fixed for $2 in 20 minutes. You call a contractor. They come in, they look serious, they crouch down, they shake their head slowly like a doctor delivering bad news, and they say, yeah, this is going to need full refinishing. $800 minimum, could be more depending on square footage. And you believe them, because why wouldn't you? They're the expert. But here's what they're not telling you, and this is the part that should make your blood boil. There's an oil, one specific type of oil, that penetrates the wood fiber at a molecular level, resaturates the dried and compressed wood cells that created that scratch, and essentially reverses the damage from the inside out. No sanding, no staining, no renting equipment, no chemical fumes filling your house for 3 days. Just oil, $2, and results that will make you stare at your floor in disbelief. I need you to keep watching. Because in a few minutes, I'm going to give you the exact method. The exact oil, the exact ratio, the exact technique that contractors use themselves when they want to fix a floor fast before a client walks in. This is insider knowledge. And it's coming. But first, you need to understand why nobody told you this before. They didn't hide this because it fails. They hid it because it works too well. This channel exists to pull back the curtain on every industry that profits from keeping you in the dark. The flooring industry, the roofing industry, the plumbing industry. We find what's buried, what works, what's cheap, what's real, and we hand it directly to you. If you want to stop wasting money on industry lies, subscribe right now and hit the bell. Because what's coming next on this channel is even bigger than this. Now, let me take you back. Because this story does not start in a YouTube video, it starts in 1921, in a small furniture workshop in Asheville, North Carolina. A craftsman named Walter Briggs, a third-generation wood finisher who learned the trade from his father and his father's father, was preparing a shipment of oak furniture for a wealthy client when disaster struck. A worker dragged a heavy crate across 6 freshly finished tabletops, deep scratches, every single piece. The shipment was leaving in 4 hours. Walter did not panic. He walked to his supply shelf and he pulled down a tin of raw linseed oil. He mixed it with something he kept in a small brown bottle. We'll get to exactly what that is. And he worked it into those scratches by hand with a soft cloth. By the time the wagon came to pick up that furniture, you could not find a single mark. The client never knew. The furniture was perfect. That method lived in Walter's family for generations. It was passed to apprentices. It was whispered between woodworkers at trade shows. It was never written in any industry manual, because the people who make money from floor refinishing equipment, chemical strippers, and labor hours had absolutely no interest in a $2 fix becoming common knowledge. Your grandmother already knew this. She used it every single day. She rubbed oil into her wood furniture, her wood floors, her wood cabinets, not just to clean them, but to feed them, to keep them alive. She understood something. We forgot the moment big box stores started selling us $40 scratch repair kits that do half of what a bottle of oil does for a fraction of the price. Now, let me explain why this works. And I mean really explain it. At the molecular level, okay, so you understand this is not a trick or a temporary cover-up. This is actual science. Wood is a living material. Even after it's cut, milled, and installed in your home, the cellular structure of wood remains. Those cells, called tracheids and vessel elements, are hollow tubes that once carried water and nutrients through the tree. When wood is properly finished, those cells are filled and sealed. The surface is smooth. Light bounces off it evenly. It looks perfect. Now, when something scratches your floor, what actually happens is those wood cells get compressed and crushed. The finish on top cracks. The cells beneath collapse inward. Light no longer bounces evenly off that area. Instead, it scatters in every direction, which is why scratches look white or light-colored against darker wood. The wood itself isn't gone. It's just collapsed and dry. Here's where the oil comes in. Raw linseed oil, which is simply pressed flaxseed oil in its purest form, has molecules small enough to penetrate through the damaged finish and into those collapsed wood cells. Once inside, the oil expands and reinflates those cells from the inside. The cellular structure rises back toward its original position, and as the oil oxidizes and hardens over the next few hours, it essentially reseals the damage permanently. Not temporarily, permanently. The scratch doesn't come back because the cell structure has been restored and locked in place. When you combine the linseed oil with white vinegar, and this is the exact combination that makes this work so powerfully, the mild acidity of the vinegar gently opens the damaged wood grain and helps pull the oil deeper into the fiber. The vinegar evaporates. The oil stays. And what's left behind is a repaired surface that matches the surrounding wood because it is made of the same material as the surrounding wood. This is not a paint job. This is not a cover-up. This is structural restoration at the cellular level, and it costs $2. Now let's talk about the industry that doesn't want you to know this. The hardwood flooring industry in the United States alone generates over $9 billion in revenue annually. The floor refinishing and repair segment, contractors, equipment rental, chemical products, adds billions more on top of that. This is a massive, deeply profitable system. And at the center of that system is one core assumption that has to remain true for all of it to work. That assumption is this: when your floor gets scratched, you need a professional. The moment that assumption breaks, the moment homeowners realize they can fix scratches themselves for $2 in 20 minutes, the entire service economy built around floor repair starts to crumble. Contractors lose jobs. Chemical companies lose product sales. Equipment rental companies lose weekend rentals. The ripple effect is enormous. And here's the critical detail. They cannot patent linseed oil. It's been a known substance for thousands of years. They cannot patent white vinegar. They cannot trademark the ratio or the method because it's too simple and too old. So they can't own it. And because they can't own it, they ignore it. They bury it. They train their salespeople to never mention it. They make sure that every search result, every home improvement show, every contractor consultation steers you toward the expensive solution instead. They have been profiting from your ignorance, month after month, year after year. Every homeowner who paid $800 for a refinishing job that could have been a $2 fix was putting money directly into a system designed to keep that knowledge buried. And every year you don't know this, every year you go on believing that scratched floors require a professional, you are either losing money on repairs or losing money on your home's resale value, both at the same time. If you've made it this far, you already know more than 99% of homeowners. And now I'm going to give you exactly what you came for, the method, step by step. No vague instructions, no consult a professional. The real thing, here is what you need. Raw linseed oil, not boiled, not refined, raw, available at any hardware store or online for under $5 a bottle that will last you years. White distilled vinegar, the same bottle that's already in your kitchen cabinet. A soft microfiber cloth. That's it. 3 things. 2 of them you already have. Step 1, clean the scratched area first. Take a slightly damp cloth and wipe the scratch and the surrounding 6 inches of floor. You want to remove any dust, wax residue, or debris sitting inside the scratch. Let it dry completely. Give it 10 minutes. You'll notice the scratch looks even more pronounced when the floor is freshly cleaned. Good. That means you're seeing the true damage and the oil will have full access to the raw wood fiber inside. Step 2, mix your solution. In a small bowl or cup, combine equal parts raw linseed oil and white vinegar. 1 tablespoon of each is enough to treat up to 4 or 5 significant scratches. Stir it gently for about 30 seconds. The mixture will look slightly milky, slightly golden. That's exactly right. That's what you want to see. Step 3, apply with the microfiber cloth using a circular motion, not back and forth, circular. Work the solution into the scratch with moderate pressure. You're not scrubbing. You're pressing the oil down into the cellular structure of the wood. Go in circles, about 2 inches around the scratch in every direction. Keep working it for 60 to 90 seconds per scratch. You'll notice the white or light color of the scratch starting to darken as the oil penetrates. Watch for it. The moment that scratch starts to shift from white toward the natural color of your wood, that's the oil filling those collapsed cells. That's the science working in real time, right in front of your eyes. Step 4, let it sit. Do not wipe it away. Let the solution rest on the surface for 15 minutes minimum. 20 is better. During this time, the vinegar is opening the grain and the oil is being pulled deep into the wood fiber. You may notice the surface looks slightly wet and darker than normal. That's completely correct. Keep the area undisturbed. Step 5. After 15 to 20 minutes, take a clean, dry section of your microfiber cloth and buff the area in slow circular motions. You are removing the excess surface oil while leaving the absorbed oil locked inside the wood. Buff until the surface no longer feels tacky. Now step back. Look at the floor from a standing position. Look at it from an angle where light hits the surface. That scratch, the one that was going to cost you $800, is gone. Or so close to gone that nobody walking through your home will ever see it. Nobody. For deeper gouges, not just surface scratches, but actual dips in the wood, repeat the process 2 times with a 30-minute gap between applications. On the second application, you'll see the gouge continuing to fill and rise. Some very deep gouges benefit from a third pass. Each application pulls more oil into the damaged cells, and each time the cellular structure restores itself further toward the surface level. After the final buff, run your fingernail gently across the repaired area. You'll feel the surface is smooth, level, the way it was before. One more thing. After your repair is fully dry, give it a full hour, go over the entire repaired section with a light coat of wood floor polish, appropriate for your floor's existing finish. This final step blends the repaired area optically into the surrounding floor so the sheen matches perfectly. You'll look at that area and you will not be able to find where the scratch was. Your real estate agent won't find it, the buyer won't find it, the home inspector won't find it. You just protected thousands of dollars of home value for $2 and 20 minutes. This is what Walter Briggs knew in 1921. This is what your grandmother knew. This is what contractors know and choose not to tell you because the moment you know it, they lose. And now you know it too. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Share this video. Send it to every homeowner you know. Post it to every neighborhood group, every home improvement forum, every parent in your school that's trying to get their house ready to sell. Because every share keeps alive what the industry tried to erase. The flooring industry spent decades counting on your silence and your ignorance, and that today. Leave a comment below right now. Tell me how bad your scratch was and what it looked like after you tried this. I read every single comment. And this community is growing because of people like you who refuse to keep paying for lies. The next secret opens soon.